So, Godzilla vs. Kong. I've been waiting for this movie for like a third of my life. So, what do I think about it? Well, the movie is pretty average, as with most of the Godzilla and Kong movies. I think it does reach the monster movie standard because not just the Godzilla and Kong movies, most monster movies are just really basic and you're only really there for the fighting. But let's get into the stuff I don't like, and right off the bat we have the humans. As with most of the Godzilla and Kong movies, the humans suck ass, and I mean, it's not really a surprise, but I really felt nothing for them this time. In the first Godzilla movie, I kind of felt for the white guy main character, because he was actually the central character. They barely focused on any of the other ones. And in the second Godzilla movie, I cared for the characters a tiny bit, and in Kong, the characters are just hilarious, unironically and ironically. But none of that is in this movie, and I think the most disappointing part is the relationship between Rebecca Hall, the Indian girl, and the Swedish guy. These guys are the main characters throughout half of the story, and I literally felt nothing, not even when the Swedish guy was about to die, like twice. The Swedish guy's character arc is also pretty bad because he has this cowardice to brave arc, and it's not fleshed out enough at all to be impactful or enjoyable. The B plot of the story is also trashy as well, and it has the worst character in the entire movie. I don't like this guy at all because he's just so annoying, and I always hate the nerd, awkward, introvert character in action movies because they're all the same. It's always just, oh, I'm a nerd who spends too much time on the internet, so I have no social skills. Isn't my awkwardness so funny, lol? But who really came here for the characters? We came here for one thing and one thing only. That damn monster action. But to be honest with you, in this movie, it's kinda lackluster. Don't get me wrong, the final fight was probably the second best final fight in the series, and that shit is actually epic. But you would think with this whole cinematic universe built up with a whole bunch of monsters, that something really grand would happen. And this kinda leads into another thing I wanted to talk about. I don't like how they did the Hollow Earth in this movie. Agartha just seems too big to introduce in this movie, no pun intended. In the last Godzilla movies, they've been hinting and building up the Hollow Earth, but in this movie, it's just introduced with no fanfare. And they don't even use it in like a cool way. Kong goes there, fights a couple of monsters, and he gets Stormbreaker, that's it. If the axe was just under Skull Island and Kong had to fight like 2 giant skull crawlers or something, nothing really changes except for how long the movie is. And I feel like if they just did that Skull Island thing I just talked about, and they introduced the Hollow Earth at the end of the movie, then I feel like that would be better. But whatever, who cares about my fanfiction? Let's just get to the stuff I actually liked. While I did say I didn't like the Hollow Earth, I will give them some credit for at least trying to do some world building. I enjoyed seeing the little crab creatures that Kong ran across, and the little reptile that totally isn't Baby Godzilla. I also like the effects in this movie as well. They make this shit look real, and that's one thing I can say that's good across all of these movies. And that's really it. I've been waiting for Godzilla vs. Kong for a while, ever since it was announced that this whole Godzilla thing was going to turn into a cinematic universe like 6 years ago, 7 years ago? I don't know. And while this movie is pretty underwhelming, I'm okay with it. Especially since Godzilla won. Fuck yeah. In fact, I remember in like the 4th grade, me and my friend Anthony were arguing about who was going to win. He liked Kong more and I liked Godzilla more, and well, now we know. I'd say that Godzilla vs. Kong is really just another average monster movie, but if you like the concept of the title, then you'll enjoy it. And that's all I gotta say, so be sure to like, comment, and submit!